Good morning. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, or whatever time it is where you're at. I don't know what time it is where I'm at. Yeah, you're right. If this is it, this is it. This will be it here, and this will be it there. In the beginning and in the end, if what I want to do is just not there, right? Does that make sense? Not really? Well, what we're trying to say is, might be the only place we can catch fish on this endeavor. And if it is, we'll do it here in the beginning, and we'll do it here in the ending. But if everything is a miracle back down in there where I want to go, we'll be doing something down in there. But regardless, we're doing something down in there. But what you got to understand is, there ain't much here. So what makes you think there's much more back down in there? We don't know. We're gonna go see. We're in a drought, and we have been for a good amount of time, and I'm feeling like adventurizing, but I know what's up. I know what I might find, and it might be a big fat zero, but that's just the fishing. That's how it goes. This little creek goes way back down into this nature preserve here in Mineola. It's headed towards the Sabine, right? So it doesn't have that far to go before it terminates, but it connects with a bunch of things, and some of those things are weird. And I have found fish back there, but what will I find during a drought like this? Because this is the first time in a long time that I've fished a drought like this in Texas. But I grew up fishing droughts like this in Texas, so I'll know what's up. I know what I might find, because I grew up doing this shit. Switching to black monkey milk. Started just tossing a little black and chartreuse wobbler around. Nothing really cared. So let's go small, more suggestible. Yay. All right. Little fishy, little goggle eye. Honestly, one fish was fine. Is fine for the moment. I was just here to kill time, is what I was doing. And to make a point. We're going to follow best we can. Once we get back behind here, it's going to be weird. We're not going to be able to catch up directly with this, but we will catch up with it. Sort of. I'll explain as we go. There's two things going on here. So M Hood Discovers video is going to be a lot more in depth if you're interested. Right? Look at this. This is a game trail for beaver. I think beaver. It's getting deeper and deeper as I go down, but that's still shallow. I'm thinking shoe pick. This ditch is fed by that creek up there where I started. This isn't the only thing that creek flows into, but that creek is diverted to flow into this. And then here's the road. We're out in the middle of the preserve. We're a good ways from everything. And out here in the middle of the woods is a bar ditch, and the road they used to make it with. You know, you borrow the dirt from there to put here. Crack and crawl. I want to throw a compact bait. It's not super deep, but there's big fish with big teeth. All right, shoe pick. There's also bass back here. This bar ditch, for whatever reason it's here, goes all the way down towards the river, but not all the way to the river. We're over the halfway mark. There's not much of it left where it connects down there at the slough. So yeah, we're almost at the ending. So it looks healthy up this way. Where we started, it didn't exist. It was dry. And then it got skinny with wet stuff in it, but it was stagnant. And now this isn't stagnant, it's got life to it because we're close to the slough, and this is where all the beavers live, on this bar ditch right here. Well, we just lost our first shoe pick. They got very hard mouths. I think that was a shoe pick. Could have been a gar, but I'm thinking shoe pick. We just had a break off, or a cut off. All right, the morning's ticking on. As you can see, the sun is starting to hit through here, but it's not on the water yet. I'm gonna walk this, see if there's any other fishable spots. Keep trying. This ditch doesn't get fished that much, right? Because, yeah, the only people that come down this trail are people on horses. I think occasionally other people must, because I do, right? But when I'm here, I rarely come across people. And the only time I did, they were on horseback. Seems like the closer I get to the slough, the less fishable it is. And then all of a sudden, I'll come to a spot that doesn't seem that way. You see, like this spot here, see how it widens? It's probably not super deep, but it widens. And then it narrows right there. And we'll go for a section that's not that great, right? Skinny, very shallow, just a few inches, you can see everything. And then all of a sudden we'll come to another wide open area that might be deeper. That's just the story of life fishing here in Texas in summertime during a drought, because I did grow up in this state and I am no stranger to what I'm looking at. I've had to deal with worse. All my local creeks when I was a kid would dry up and we would have to hike down from pool to pool to find trapped fish. And right now I'm trying to find a decent place to get closer to the water to make it. Oh shoot! Oh my goodness! Ouch! Not there. How? We're down at the end. Well, this road we were walking on curves here away from the ditch, going off into the woods here. But this is where the bar ditch ends, not the road. This is where it goes back to natural, back to its natural slough, natural order, where it continues. Oh, there's fish moving here. See that? What kind of fish is it? Whoa! Ooh, there's big fishies. Big fishies here. Big fishies. There's a big fish, big shoe pick right there. Dang it. Just hanging out in this shallow stuff. There might be more than one. So we're just gonna, we're gonna anticipate with a little bit of observate. see where he's moving, right? We look. We put the bait there. I find that shoe pick will hit again after you miss them. They don't seem to spook off that. Oh, see, here we go. There he is. There's one. That was a smaller one. Shoe pick can bury themselves in the mud and live. They can. That's how they survive drought. It's not the only fish down here where we at, but they are definitely prevalent. This is definitely their habitat, and there's a lot more over there. Where'd you go? Whoa! Ah! Shoe pick took a claw. It is 20 to 9. Super hot already. It's not too bad where I'm at because I'm shaded by these trees, but that sun is coming up. It's already, most places around here, it's on the water. We're just fortunate here. I like coming here because it reminds me of when I was a kid. Just the fact that I'm living back in Texas, that reason comes up all the time. Just like back in the day for me. And I love it. I love it with more water. But when we have a severe drought like this, you can use it to your advantage. Sometimes you have to hike way off into somewhere because there's fish trapped all down here in the river bottoms, in these pools. Sometimes they're big and sometimes they're not, and sometimes they're about half dead. I found that Gasper Goo down there on death's door, and if I come back down here a week from now, it might be worse and he might be just bones because he got picked clean by a raccoon or something. Yeah, you're right, bud. What did I say? Here and there and there and here? Well, let's get back up there. Gotcha. Yes, here's that goodbye fish. It's the same one that we said hi with. Yeah, you're right. So this was mostly about me scouting spots that I'd either been to or hadn't been to see what they look like during this drought, see if they're fishable. And yeah, for the most part, they are, but it's not what you would expect. I mean, shoot, you can catch really big fish during a drought in a puddle you wouldn't expect them to be in. Like I kept saying, them shoe pick, they can bury themselves in the mud. And that water could be gone, but they'd be living in that mud. Yeah. All right. I gotta go. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time.